Okay, well, welcome to the Indigenous Entrepreneurs Podcast. Today I have Ken Jackson with the City of Albuquerque Small Business Development with me, and we're going to be talking about the resources that they have that entrepreneurs, including Indigenous entrepreneurs, can tap into. So before we get started, if you could just introduce yourself, Ken, and then we'll get into the discussion and the questions that I have.
Awesome. Well, thanks for having me on. I really was looking forward to this. My name is Ken Jackson, and I'm contracted through the City of Albuquerque Small Business Office Economic Development to provide information, resources, support, connections, and consulting at times for our small businesses. And small meaning I'm just getting started. I have an idea to really up to 100 employees at times. So I don't like to use the word small, but just to help our entrepreneurs and our business community.
So just kind of expanding on that, what type of businesses could approach you and your office for assistance?
Well, it's really a wide range. What's really awesome is with this small business office and where we're located, we get all types. So let someone that says, "Hey, I'm just getting started. I have an idea. I'm not sure how to plan it out. Will you help me?" The answer is yes. To the business owner that says, I've been doing this for 10 years, 15 years, I want to expand, or even if someone is stuck, right? Some businesses get to a point where, they accelerate and then they level off. We're here to help those businesses get to the next level, whatever that level is for them.
Are there any specific programs or like types of assistance that you offer businesses? Like any specific things that people could come to you for?
Sure. So, information. So, navigating the information that's out there, providing different types of information. We also provide services along the lines of grant opportunities, funding opportunities. When it comes to individuals that may have some capital, but maybe they need some collateral to go with that, we've got programs for that as well. In addition to that, we provide the connections. A lot of times, I'm sure you've heard this. It's not what you know; it's who you know. And I really enjoy being that person or that part of the connection, taking a business owner from where they are and then connecting them with the person who they really need to know, or even the company organization that can benefit both parties. So those connections are extremely beneficial to a business owner, and then having the general conversations about business. I myself, I teach different workshops on mindset, positive thinking, and what it takes to be an entrepreneur. So, helping a business owner really understand what it takes to be an entrepreneur, not just financially, but really the mindset that it takes to get someone into that from employee mindset to the business owner mindset. Those are two completely different things.
Are there any like projects that you've been working on recently that you're excited about that you'd want to share more with us?
Yeah, so we have a new location, and we're sharing our location with the MBDA, but it's actually on 4th Street. So it's 700 4th Street Southwest. It is on Stover in between 3rd and 4th Street. So we have a brand new location. Our Business Resource Center is there for individuals, people that want to start a business, or even if you're already in business. And as far as it being a project, what's really awesome and what we're able to do is our conference room, being able to utilize that conference room and offer that to our businesses as a place where they can come, they can gather if they have meetings, they can schedule that. And then, in addition to that, we've got several different types of agencies that are in and out of our offices providing different types of services. And then we have the MBDA, the Minority Business Development Agency, also in the same location providing services, helping businesses scale, get to that next level, 500K and up that want to scale higher, or anything below that, really, providing different types of resources through that avenue as well.
And I'm super excited for your new location. I live in Barelas, and you guys are actually located right across from Sacred Heart Catholic Church, which is where I go to church. So
Oh, okay.
it's like I know exactly where it is. And I think that's a really good location. You guys are kind of down the street, not too far from New Mexico Community Capital. So there's like a lot of different accessible offices, I think, in that area. I think one of the great things about the new location is that it is accessible. Like you literally go, you park, and you just walk into the office, and that's where you need to be. It's not like stopping at the county building or the city building, and it's like, where do I go? Oh, you have to go like all the way over here or back over here. So I think that's going to be really beneficial to small businesses and the community. Um, Kind of on that note, if people want to stop by your office, are they able to just like walk in, or do they need to schedule an appointment? Like, how does that work?
It's actually both. Yes, they can walk in. There's a doorbell there. We keep our doors locked. Just ring the doorbell. Someone will answer the door for you. And then the best way, ultimately, is to schedule some time with someone from MBDA or myself or Frankie or one of the other agencies that may be there. But yes, overall, you can just stop by, ring the doorbell. We're more than happy to assist you, help you in any way we possibly can.
Something that comes up quite often, like when we've been doing our discovery with entrepreneurs about like their needs and barriers, is kind of that navigation process, especially with like, well, how do I file for my LLC, or what types of permitting or licensing do I need? Is that something that your office could kind of help people navigate?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's the connections. Being affiliated with other agencies, what we are, ultimately doing is taking the need that is there, which is the new business owner or the soon to be business owner, and then connecting them with the resource that they need. So we have connections with multiple agencies that will help them walk through that process, and then providing the links and information that I can send to them so then they can take the steps on their own time. And it's a learning curve. This business thing is not overnight. Being an entrepreneur is not just a mindset, but how you take things and what you do. So being able to get those types of resources to individuals and allowing them time that they need to actually take to go through the information for themselves.
What are some of those resources that you have, or any like key partnerships that the city has with other resource providers?
Oh wow. So SBDC, we're partnered again with MBDA, and then different funding agencies from DreamSpring to other banking solutions for businesses. All of our agencies like planning, zoning, they're all interconnected. So it just depends on what the individual needs. But we are looking to expand more and more on our end to ensure that we have the resources. So we're building our relationships daily to ensure that we can provide as much as we possibly can for our local businesses and entrepreneurs.
Are there any resource providers that service like Indigenous entrepreneurs, or have any special programming for Indigenous entrepreneurs that you're connected with or that you have a partnership with?
So what we're doing now is building those connections, being a part of the different Native American summits, the business summits, working with the new entrepreneurial location. I believe it's next to the Native American Cultural Center. So we took a tour of that facility, want to work with them as much as possible. And then in addition to that, partnering and working with some of the Native American and indigenous Chamber of Commerce as well. So these programs are being created as these connections and partnerships are building through time.
So pretty much what I'm hearing is that if someone's listening and they need help with their small business and they don't really know where to go to, your office is probably a good like first step or first place for them to go, and then you guys can kind of help them navigate and connect them to the right things that will meet their needs. Is that correct?
That is absolutely correct. There are a group of individuals that I'm very proud to say that I work with on a consistent, regular basis within economic development that are working to put together programs for all businesses, working to ensure that the respect is there for our indigenous people, our indigenous businesses as well. It is not just me, but I just want people to know that are listening that they're the group of people that have been put together are doing all that we can to ensure that our businesses have the resources. And if we don't have the connections, we are working to make those connections for people of Albuquerque and our businesses. As an entrepreneur myself, through the years, being able to provide the types of resources that are here now that weren't here or weren't even thought of really, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, it's just exciting to me. And being able to work with a group of people and other agencies within the city to move forward and expand is just something that's really awesome.
Um, what are your like, I guess this is kind of more just like a general question, but like, what are your ideas or your hopes and dreams for the city of Albuquerque, when it comes to supporting small and larger businesses, that are started here locally? Like, what do you want to accomplish? What would you like to see our city do with small business?
So, I'm born and raised here in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and very proud about that. And I've been a business owner here in different fields and industries for about 34 years. Being in the corporate world and seeing that and how that develops, and being a business owner, um, the two sides, as we need those larger companies when it comes to job development, higher paying work, and things of that nature. I do understand we need those. But for me, um, long live the entrepreneur. Business owners are the ones that provide that 15-year-old, that 16-year-old, the opportunity to start working, get the checking account they need, start understanding money, being able to watch what a business owner does, the mindset that it takes. So through the years, I've noticed that I would like to see a development of the mindset when it comes to being a business owner. The growth of I can instead of I can't or I don't have. I'm a faith based person, so I believe in looking for the solutions and having faith in the possibilities and the opportunities than everything else that has been done or everything that we don't have. So for me, I look at the possibilities to do with what we've been given. And right now, through technology and everything else that's happening, I would like to see a complete growth when it comes to the mindset and the attitude toward small businesses, shopping local, bringing these small businesses up as they want to develop. We're working with the Ascend program as well at the airport, and that's really awesome. Being able to take businesses, help them understand really what it takes to be a business owner. Um, Part of the development that I'd like to see is helping someone go from hobby to a job to actual business ownership. Most business owners that I've noticed now, they're either running from something or running to something, and they're going from I don't want a job to I want to start this business. But ultimately, what they're doing is they're just buying themselves into a different kind of job, a job that they own, right? So they have to be there to work it, they've got to do everything. But I'd like to take them from that to profitable business where they don't have to be there to actually run it, where they can hire our teams and help them understand money and everything else. So that's ultimately what I'd like to see is the growth and the development of the mindset, the attitude from, hey, we don't have this and we've been through this, to, hey, this is what we do have. This is what we can do. This is what we can learn. And what can we take from this point and move forward to help out Albuquerque and our communities with growth and development. I do understand that we have to we have to know our history, but I just don't believe we have to live there. I believe your front window is bigger than your rear view mirror for a reason, right? So let's live forward and move forward. And I believe as a community, as a business owner, I just think it's all possible.
Yeah, and even in our history, like New Mexico is such a rich place full of like entrepreneurs, like in maybe it looks kind of different than it looks in other parts of the US, but we do have that like innovative mindset. We just have to kind of tap into it a little bit more. And like you said, you don't have to live your history, but like you can learn from it. I really like that. I know you guys have just recently moved into your new location, but do you have any examples of like a success story of a business that has kind of gone from that point where it's like just another job to like thriving and growing as an actual business?
Yeah. So every day we help people start from where they are. So we've helped people when it comes to funding, being able to provide the connections to the funding opportunities that they need to actually progress within their business. To We've got individuals that didn't know where to start and being able to connect them to where they need to start, get their business plan together, and then move forward. A lot of times, businesses need help from the outside looking in. So we have a lot of stories where we have businesses that just didn't think about the full potential that they had for their business. So a lot of innovative types of ideas. One kid that's working on an app for stadiums. Another guy who's building up a new way of a new type of motorcycle helmet or helmet in general that filters out on incoming contaminants from the air and things of that nature. So we get all types of businesses, but overall, the success stories are from, hey, I've got an idea and helping them see the possibilities, to I've been doing this and I need some tax assistance. We've helped, provide resources for that type of stuff as well. So I encourage any and everyone that may have an idea, let's sit down and talk about it, because the fact is that business ownership is not for everybody, and that's just the truth. But can you be a part of that dream? Can we help you build your dream? And if it's not a business, can we plug you into another business in which you can be affiliated with, work for, be a part of, to still fulfill the dream that you have, for you and your family?
Awesome. Well, I'm so excited that you guys are doing what you're doing, and again, that you're located where you are located. Um, Ken also tells a lot of stories of businesses in New Mexico on a podcast that he has separately from his job with the City of Albuquerque. So I was wondering if you could just talk a little bit about that so that if people listening are interested in hearing more stories and from other businesses, of how they can tap into that.
Absolutely. So the podcast is called Raising the Bar, and you can actually find it at tkjepodcast.com. I decided to do it. It's a hobby that I'm building really. Through the years, I never had anyone to actually talk to about how to and what not to do. And I just thought it would be really cool to be able to interview our local businesses, some out of state even, getting the idea and grassroots on what it takes to be a business owner directly from the business owner in multiple fields. So I conduct interviews similar to this, asking people how they do what they do, why do they do what they do, and some of the obstacles that they faced along the way. You can learn more about the different businesses on my website as well. That's the KJ Effect, EFFECT.com, the KJEffect.com. I conduct workshops as well and do some financial coaching and assistance with individuals there. Um, I'm just excited to get the word out about business ownership. Those that really want to pursue that dream and make something large of it, make it big or even keep it small. Whatever you want to do, we're here to assist with that and the direction that you want to go in. And my podcast is just a first step to getting the word out about what our businesses do.
And I'm gonna link all of those things in the description so that everyone listening can just click on them to go check out the podcast and the website and all of that, as well as the City of Albuquerque's website. Um, but I think storytelling's like really powerful, and so we have the Indigenous Entrepreneurs podcast where we really focus on stories of Indigenous entrepreneurs. But I just think that people listening are probably interested, in learning from all different types of businesses and entrepreneurs. It's important to have this type of platform for Indigenous voices, but ultimately, I think we're better when we're not siloed and when we're just learning from each other and more integrated. So, definitely, if you're listening, go check out Ken's podcast. Last, I think we'll end on this note. If there's an entrepreneur listening, what is one piece of advice or like words of wisdom that you would have for them?
Um, a couple things. Get comfortable being uncomfortable. As I talk to business owners, um, some of the things that I've noticed is they stay within their comfort zone. So if they're making jewelry, they're going to sell the jewelry to the same people that are making that same jewelry. If they're selling a garment or hair, even, they're going to stay within the same confines of whether it be that same uh, ethnicity, that same area of town, and the growth really isn't there. So if I suggest to people is learn how to get out, and I know it's going to be uncomfortable, but outside of your comfort zone is when you're going to grow. If you stay within your comfort zone, you're not really going to grow. That means your business is not going to develop. Learning how to communicate in multiple ways is also a main factor when it comes to business. Being able to go out and tap into the other resources that are there. And when I say other resources, I mean the other wallets. There are other people that may pay for your product or service that you're too afraid to talk to. So that's one thing. And then the other major thing would be understand pricing, know your value. And if we're constantly selling the same product to the same people, then we're afraid to raise the price at times. I always tell business owners, selling 101, don't sell with your wallet. Okay. Many times we're afraid to raise the price because we're thinking about what we have in our wallet. But what you should be thinking about is what does the consumer have in their wallet, because you don't know that. So if you're not pricing correctly, that means there's no profit there. That means you've just got a really cool job, right? And now you're not even making any money. So that just worsens the situation. So, um, you know, don't sell with your wallet. Get comfortable being uncomfortable. And really, again, I'm a faith based person. Put the vision on tablet. Many people, they do not have goals. They don't know where they're going to go with this. So, where are you going and what is the ultimate destination that you want to get to, and plan that out, so then that way you'll be able to have specific markers on your goals as you search and work to get there.
Awesome. Really great pieces of advice. People listening, how can they connect with you? I know they can stop by the office, but what are some other ways they can reach out or connect with you or your office?
Awesome. So, anyone can email me at kenjackson at cabq.gov, kenjackson at cabq.gov. You can reach me at 505 520 5400. If by chance I don't answer, leave me a message. I will get back to you. You can email me. Give me some time to get back to you. But those are the best ways that you can reach me.
Awesome. And I'll link the website with your info on the description as well so people can connect that way. But thank you so much, Ken, for coming on. So my husband's actually, he's working on his photography business, and two of his pieces are in the MBDA office, I think,
Oh,
that you
wow.
guys are
Okay.
at. Yeah. But I think he really needs to go stop in so that you guys can help him with his business strategy. So I'm gonna send this
Absolutely.
episode him to him once it's posted and tell him to stop by. But
Awesome. Looking
yeah.
forward to meeting him and talking with him.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Ken.
Thank you. I appreciate you having me on.